do. Hello everyone, welcome back to the stream. I'm just going to be getting the link ready here and then away we go. Okay. Let's send this out, shall we? Just make sure I send this link out to all the correct places. Hey Sammy, how are you doing? Hope the audio's fine here. That's why it said offline for a sec. Wait, what? Did it say I was offline for a sec? It says public, right? And it said bug hunt. Oh, is it not? Has it not done the right thing again here? Like, has it done the wrong stream thing here? Oh, it's fixed now. Oh, so basically, yeah, I stream another game. I stream Helldivers at the moment with Sean. And, yeah, for some strange reason, YouTube must be goofing up again and done that. So, thankfully it hasn't, well, it's fixed itself, so. That was on for a second. So, this one, maybe a little bit crazy. We'll have to see, because this is more or less like planning. But what I want to do is see how many people we can get in, and then we can go ahead and discuss this, although this might be a case of just going over the plan and then explaining it to people as they come in. What's YouTube doing? Instead of what the dog doing. So, we're back. We're back at the very start of this entire fiasco. Okay. Hi Moody, I'm working on my website as you work. Saw your lives as classic. Hey classic! Nice to see you again. I guess I'll wait until Revenge comes in and then we'll get things started. I'm just exploring around here in the meantime. Because I remember doing all these details ages ago. Just waiting for everybody to drop in and then away we go. And then I can explain things and then we can go from there. Okay, he'll be here. Okay. So, oh, is the music too loud or is it okay? Basically, I'm louder than the music, right? Because normally I have the yellow OST in the background anyway. I'm just checking all this stuff out while I'm waiting for people. Doesn't look too bad. Oh, that reminds me. What's it going to look like over here? Interesting. It looks kind of cool at the same time. Okay, so. I guess we can get started. Classic, Sammy, you're the only ones in here at the moment, right? If I just check. Yeah, it looks like you guys are the only ones in here. Yeah. Okay, so. We're back. And by we're back, I mean, like, this was before the Hotland update. This is what triggered the Hotland update. So, For those who are unfamiliar, because there are some people on my YouTube that do not know about Undertale, to which I'm trying to, introduce them to it, this is a map of the core. Oh, Lucky's in here as well. Nice. Thank you very much, Lucky, for joining us. This will help. So yeah, we are back at the area that triggered the Hotland update, and for some people also triggered some never-ending PTSD. This is the core, and in the first Hotland update, you'll have heard me say, if you pay the attention to the details in those updates, you'll hear me say the reason why we made Hotland is because we wanted to see from Hotland into the core, right? Oh, Memes is here as well. This is great. Oh no, I'm not trying to figure out the structure. You guys get to actually decide how it looks in a moment. Just hear me out, right? Just let me do my little intro. So, the reason why we did Hotland is because I wanted to do the whole view. No, we're not on Waterfall. I wanted to do the view from Hotland over to the core here and back. The idea being that when we were on this little sort of like outcropping here, we can actually look up and see the entire core, and then behind us see all of Hotland. And that was what triggered Hotland to be made, was just I needed that view, and I didn't have it. So then, of course, everybody got PTSD, right? So, nice to see everybody else coming in, by the way. It's great to see you all again. So, I only did a little bit of the core, and as you can see, I was prototyping some of it, based off artwork that people have done, and a little bit of the in-game sprites and stuff, and since then, I've only really tweaked the textures a little bit to kind of match Hotland, because it makes sense, right? I've also got the light-up text stuff, and there's a bunch of other fun things that I played around with here, and it looks pretty cool. Now, recently, I've been going over bits for reference and saying what I'd like it to look like, or other little bits and details, because I figure, because the way that this is internally, I'm not so sure this material on the wall will match really well. I don't know whether to have it go with this, like, simple metalwork that goes all over the surface, or actually go more in detail with it, which would match up with the exterior. Because the exterior uses a bunch of Sonic textures. So I was like, maybe I can use similar things on the walls and stuff and make it look a little bit better than just this repeating texture that I used on the floor in Heartland. So, what I was planning on doing is... Oh, let's let Memes finish first. Well, from what you got here, it looks like a Sonic stage already. So yeah, what I thought was, instead of having this, like, repeating texture that looks like plate metal all over the place, I should go a little bit more into it. So what I started doing was taking textures... Kind of reminds me of the Death Egg Zone. Ah, so that's good then. Because I started taking textures from other Sonic games just to kind of prepare myself for this. And I thought a lot of this can be done with similar looking textures, and it'll make it look cool. And then I can make it look even better than it already is at the moment. So, you and Sonic. I have a long history with trying to do Sonic content and things, so it's always a lifesaver when it comes to things like this. But the reason for this stream today is because I wanted you guys to help me pick textures. And what we're going to do is, we're going to look through a bunch of textures and decide where they're going to go on the model. And then I'm going to do very much like, like with Waterfall, where I came up with the test scene that I showed off in the Waterfall update. Didn't you also mention some of the labs from Pokemon? Yes, for the design, what I'm going to do is, for the roof, because in the behind the scenes, or the cutting room floor for Undertale, it mentions the core being partly influenced from somewhere that you would run away from in other games, like Pokemon, where it specifically mentions like Team Rocket's lab and things like that. And it's like, okay, I can take inspiration from that for the roofs and things, But what we're going to do is, we're going to look through some textures, and we're just going to talk through them. You forgot who I was, says Germany. No. So yeah, I'm just trying to keep on top of how things are going, so I don't get distracted, because this needs to be done, so I can progress through this super quick. So this is what you wanted to DM me about. No, that is different. I might need to tell Lucky as well about this, but there is a secret thing that I have going on at the moment that is super awesome for this update. Let's go over this before we go through the texture thing, because I've got things from Sonic Colors and All Stars Team Racing to show off, right? But the easiest way to summarize it for everyone without spoilers is that there are two things that are currently redacted. I'm not mentioning what they are, but there are two things that are redacted that I'm really happy about, that I have access to now, which all comes from the fact that the project essentially got incredibly lucky again, and it means that there will be more interesting things there for people to look at. But yeah, this project just keeps having the weird parts where I'll feel like we reach a peak and then it'll dip down again while I'm developing stuff. Maybe things don't look so set in concrete, and then everything will just shoot up again when I get a lot of good luck. So it's pretty cool. But those two redacted things I'll mention to people in DMs later on, because I think people will enjoy them. But yeah, anyway, what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be looking through textures and finding out what will work ideas-wise for the core. First, because I'm just going to slap these in from the actual files. These are all from Team Racing Transformed, I think it is. It's going like my Gundam project, says Classic. Sorry, I'm told I can't show it. It's sad. Oh, I hope that goes well anyway, Classic. He's got his daughter working on stuff, says John. SA2 looking textures. Yeah, I was looking at SA2 textures before. Revenge says, hey there Dave, how are you? I'm good. So, the way that this works is we're going to be picking certain things, not all of them. We're going to be like looking through and seeing what we think is best idea-wise, and we're going to be matching them to various areas. So like for instance here, for ideas we could have is stuff like, because I should really preface this first, or say like when we go into this, do not look at the colours of everything, because colours can be changed in Photoshop to match the dark blues and everything for the interior of the core. This is more about cool details that we think will work and make everything look super awesome, you know, and match with everything else that we've done in Hotland so far. It needs to say blur. Oh yeah. We can see the patterns and designs. Yeah, the idea is to look at patterns and stuff and be like, okay, does this work? Does this not? Maybe we can use something else. There's a lot of textures to go through, so this is the first one. The thing that stands out to me immediately is stuff, because we can split these up, is like, this could be used for, let's make sure that my mouse is actually visible here. No, it isn't. So the one on the far right, I'll get rid of Asriel for the moment. And I'll actually try and make my mouse invisible so you guys can see it, because otherwise I'm basically just pointing at nothing and being like, guys, do you see this? And you're like, excuse me? Right, let's try and find this. Can we do properties? Capture cursor. Oh, capture cursor is on, okay. So, yeah, don't worry about the colours. So, on the far right here, we've got this bit. This bit could easily be like a set of vents. I talked to a bunch of people that recommended the core have a lot of vents, and I figured you'd have this thing probably in the ceiling or rafters, you know, to allow the ozone-looking energy to vent out of the core. Another idea would be at the sides of walkways and things, this kind of like metal material that we've got here. And potentially, these sort of like strips that kind of look like running lights, those have my attention on this one texture. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but that's just my ideas for this one in particular. We have so many textures to get through. I'm just going to throw that one to the side for a moment. Then, if I go in order here, I'll just go all the way down and try and find ones that aren't used for, like, weird things. We got something like this one as well. This one has me interested. I see you're breaking it down into parts then. Yeah, I like doing that kind of thing. This one, in particular, the only thing I'm looking at maybe is the white part with the blue in between, because what we can do is we can use that for the lights that run across the walls. I'm not sure about it because of the design, because it doesn't particularly match up too well, and there are other things later on that do match it better. But yeah, there's those. The best part about this is we can pick and match everything, you know. We've got stuff like this for extra detail on the walls, and that's for like exposed pipe work and things like that. That can be done lower down, maybe. You know, for like closer to where the ozone comes up, where we can see like the white smoky kind of like effect. We can always try and do that further down. Still not sure about that though, because of the way that it looks. It doesn't quite match what I'm thinking of, you know. Maybe ceiling pipes. Maybe. I'm thinking of modeling the ceiling pipes as well, so I'm excited for the bridges if the white void is below. Yeah, I'm thinking of trying to give it like the thick fog feeling, because I can do that relatively easy now without it actually being fog. It sounds really crazy, but until I've actually done it and explained it, it's best just saying I can do fog now without it actually being fog, and it will still look like fog. Then we've got... Oh, I love the way I can just drag all of these in. With this one, this looks more like a wall or a walkway. We can easily edit out things like Eggman logos and stuff like that, so we don't need to worry about that. Not too sure about this one, other than having it be like a wall piece, and we just cut off these white bits here and the center and just have it as like wall details. Again, this is all stuff that's kind of like just up in the air as to, you know, like whether we do this or not, whether I do any of this. I could even use this as a completely separate detail. What about adding a conduit on the ceiling with like cable trays and stuff? Yes! Like in a data center with loads of servers, considering I'm familiar with that kind of thing. That would be pretty awesome. This could work as classic. Just wait, because I think the more simplified textures later on from Sonic Colors will work better. I'm just offering you guys these because it's the first one that I showed. At least gets me a little bit sort of excited. I didn't want too much like plate metal, you know, that has like bolts on it, because I don't think that would work. Stuff like this here, this one looks pretty cool. This could easily be like a wall or something, but because it's from All Stars Transformed, and All Stars Transformed is a racing game, it's actually a road. This could easily be, like the middle could be photoshopped out. We could easily have this as the main sort of like pathway that goes on the floor because of the detail in the texture. Please tell me it's the OG colours. Yes, it's the OG ones from the Wii version, not the Ultimate version. Look, he says, I shall break out my code book. But yeah, we got that. That looks pretty cool for like the floor if we need to. There's a bunch of things for like steel and things like that. Like this is another one. This file name is like roadside. But again, this is something we could potentially use in other areas where it's like a bunch of exposed wires and things, and then some extra details along the side of the floors and stuff, just to give it a little bit more of an interesting look. Again, this is all up in the air. I'm totally throwing this in your sort of direction and seeing what any of you think, and we'll go from there at the end of this. This one's a tunnel texture. This one looks actually really cool because this matches up more closely to the original textures for the walls, where we have those lights running along the sort of like the middle of them. And I was thinking it looks pretty cool how the middle part is exposed there. So that one, just that section on the right here, if we just cut the 2 yellow bits there, and use that, we could easily have that as like a bit of wall detail, and just make it 3D. Oh yeah, Sammy, want to steal Dave's waffle, says Revenge. No stealing my stuff! Ever tried falling cable lugs with flickering lights? Yeah, I have tried that in the True Lab. It's pretty cool. I just found a Minecraft map for the core. Yeah, the Minecraft stuff is so good. Use those for lights. Do that. Yeah, I think those would actually look pretty nice for the lights that we see along the sides of the walls. We've got other stuff here that I'm slowly gonna look at and just see whether I should bring it up or not, because there's a lot of like different details that may or may not be suitable, and I'm just like, nah, with some of these because they look too ridiculous. Again, my favorites come more from Sonic Colors, so you'll be seeing more of that in a little bit. We've got a back wall panel, which, as you can see here, it's a lot of tech detail. I could easily camouflage this in with like some of the other parts of the core. The easiest way of describing this is like I could put metal panels over the top of it to make it look as though the core is still partially built in some areas, so that the underlying tech is exposed. That'd be a pretty cool idea. I don't know whether I'll do it at the moment. It just looks like a neat texture, and I'm like, ooh, sci-fi details. Pretty neat. You know. Hey Sky, nice to see you. What about the bit on the lower right? Wait, what? The, for that one, or this one? Like that there. I can definitely have this as like, or things like this as like exposed details, because we do see, on the sprite work, we do see a lot of detail like this, but it's not spread out over the entire, like, core itself. It's only isolated in certain areas. I can easily do that and use those textures as the base for that. That'd be pretty good. The previous texture, so this one, I think it was, or was it that one? I think it was that one. That one's a little bit low res compared to this one. So yeah, it's like, no. I may be moving around too quick here. The yellow one. Oh, here. I definitely like that there. Just that section that I'm going over. And get rid of like everything here that's grey to yellow there. I definitely like that there for just that detail for like the wall. Let's see. Let's move on to some of these other textures. Because there are some really cool bits. Like, for instance, this is one I've just seen now that looks pretty cool. It's just different one, that one. Like, for instance, we want wires that we can run through in the background, like conduits and stuff. We can easily do that with textures, as well as actual physical wires. So we've got like a mix. That way it makes everything look a lot crazier. I figure there's going to be a ton of wires, but maybe not like all of them are exposed. But at least we get to see like wires going up and down in different places. Just makes sense. Oh, I've been DM'd. Let's have a look. Oh no, it's from one of the other servers. I think we are almost done with the All-Stars Transform textures, and then we'll be moving on to the Sonic Colors ones, because you'll see what I mean when I say Sonic Colors is so much better for this stuff. Here we go. This one's called Easy Road Break, where it's like a break in the road textures for the driving game. But the cool thing about this is that it can easily be used as like a wall detail. If we just get rid of the red there, which is pretty easy. There's another version of this that literally has all of that detail, but without the red there. You can easily just have that as a wall, like an upper wall texture or something. Be pretty neat. And the thing is, it also gets taken away, like the stripe gets taken away as well. Like if I just show you that, this is actually the detailed pass red. It's another, I think it's like the roughness or something, or the speculiar map, or we can just do the normal map, which is same detail, but it raises the the texture in 3D space. You can easily just use one of those to help edit out the colors and stuff. But that one looks cool as a wall. I can't say moss anymore as waterfall is done. I need a new phrase. Ozone. Yeah, I like waterfall. Waterfall's great now that it's done. Now I'm not having personal PTSD over it. Now I can just remind everybody about Heartland over and over again. Oh, an interesting one here. Now, as we do the All-Stars, well, the final All-Stars ones. This one is literally just a random one. I assume this is like a wall texture. I can't actually remember because it's been a while since I've played All-Stars Transformed. Because every time I played it on stream since, it got claimed by YouTube. But I like this one because that would easily just make a pretty good wall on its own, just with the details, the scale of it, and also the simple fact of it's already blue, so I don't have to change it too much. You know. Blowfish. Yes, blowfish. Blowfish should be good as a speaking thing, you know, for messing around with in chat, primarily because of the amount of times you hear blowfish on All Stars Transformed on hard. Be nice to you using the Frame FM Mega Man X5 lava level. Oh yeah, I get you, because Mega Man's textures are kind of like this. Lucky says on the ceiling or an upper area, you're gonna have some conduit coming out of like the walls, making penetrations that run into cable trays, and some conduit runs that use strut hangers and branch off. I can do that. The thing is, it's like I can easily get tray style textures here. I think I've got some. Oh, we've got some in some of the other texture files. I can easily do those to just make the overhead look a lot more interesting. This isn't exactly it, but as an example, we've got like steel girders and things. Can easily either manipulate that or just find, like I was saying, other textures that are pretty much like that, that I can use for cable runs and stuff. But that's the All Stars Transformed stuff, right? So we'll put that all over here, and that can be on its own. We're gonna go through the Sonic Colors stuff now, because Sonic Colors stuff is a lot better. Blowfish it is, says Sammy. Blowfish! I'm gonna have to try and play All Stars Transformed now on hard for you guys eventually, because like it's so funny just hearing that on multiplayer on hard. Let's see here. I'm going through it in the levels in order and trying to find these textures. So in order of Sonic Colors, we've got like this tropical level at the beginning, so I'm trying to go through past all of the other textures that aren't tech. Excuse me. And trying to find the ones that are tech and using those. I don't want to go crazy though, because like some of the tech stuff in Sonic Colors is really overdone, and then some of it is just minimalistic enough that I'm like, okay, you know. Like for instance, this is a common one, but I can easily use this texture for like vents. If I set it up correctly and model it okay, then we've got a nice texture for a bunch of vents there. Blender's effect for sprites is awesome, but still need to skin the walls, says Classic. Oh, hello. Why am I getting like a billion messages now? Wait, what? Huh. Oh, wait, what? Okay, so apparently the under event Discord got hacked. Oh wow. Does that mean that's got a knock-on effect? Hang on. Let's see. Yeah, the under event Discord got hacked. People can't stop clicking scam links. Let's see, That moment where you just get blasted by stuff. I'm gonna leave that Discord for a little bit. Not the Discord. Yeah, I literally just had like 9 messages that were all like, "Hey guys, we've been hacked, we've been hacked." I'm just like, oh great. Ever thought of using Sonic 2 wall sprites? No. I think that'd be a little bit too low res, but we can get stuff like this. Can use that as well for either vents or like doors or other things, you know, like shutter doors. It's totally up in the air at the moment. I just died after reacting to that. My plushie has been busy again, says Lucky. What about the Sonic 3 and K wall sprites? Oh, for the Death Egg? Maybe. The thing is, though, it's like these are already good for going in 3D. The Sonic 3 and K wall sprites would have to literally be actually redrawn in high res, which is awkward. You know. Let's see. We've got Aquarium Park here. This is the underwater level from Sonic Colors. I'm just trying to find some of this stuff. Like, for instance, here we go. We've got a steel looking area that has gaps in it where we can see cables and stuff in the background. That I actually like. Then we've got... Let's see here. Let's see what else we got. Some of these textures are so wacky I would never touch them, but some of the other ones are just nice. Like, for instance, this is a wall texture. We can easily take the white out of that. I think there is another version with white, like, gone from it. Maybe the Generations textures. Maybe! For, like, chemical plants and stuff. I was thinking about that. Because I've still got access to Generations. There's another wall one. That looks pretty cool. Then we've got... Oh, we have quite a few wall ones, actually. Hang on. That moment where Sonic Colors is just like, here's a billion wall textures. Pick which one's your favourite. You know. Like, this one looks pretty similar to what I'm trying to do at the moment with it. Then we've got another white one, though, with that cool stripe that's going through. Not so sure about that one, but the bits either side of the stripe look pretty neat. Let's see. Okay, so that's all of Aquarium Park at the moment. Gonna head now, it's just classic. 3 or 4 p.m. my family nabs me to do stuff. Gotta go, why me? Rock on, Moody, see you next time. Thank you very much, Classic! Hope you have fun! So that's Aquarium Park at the moment, so we'll do I'll try and label this as just, all stars. This is terrible when drawing with a mouse. Aqua, right, and then we've got Planet Wisp, which I've already used some of the textures from, but Planet Wisp has some interesting things anyway, like for instance the fence materials and stuff that we can use for like cable runs if we need to, or just the actual fences themselves, which I think I've used in other areas of the Hotland section anyway. Let's see what else we got here. Lots of rock textures, but I don't need those. We've got the classic red metal here, again, which is a pretty nice high-res texture, but you got to think about how that's going to tile. I'd probably use bits of that in certain areas, but not loads. It's the same with like these. I've used a lot of these throughout Hotland already, so these kind of make sense to either reuse or do something else with. We've got the pipe textures, which are actually really good for, obviously, just applying to a lot of pipe sections that we've got. And then we've got other walls here coming in. Let's see. It's good when you can just pick through somebody else's texture file like this and then just be like, okay, I'll have that one, I'll have that one. Just makes everything so much easier. Because otherwise I'd be sat for like an eternity trying to make textures. This one, which is another wall texture. We're slowly building up a lot of nice little texture sort of detail here. I remember applying a lot of these and modifying a lot to the exterior of the core. Let's see. There's one for the floor. That sort of like metal look again. And then this is apparently a wall texture, but it's repeated a little bit too much, I think. This is just from Planet Wisp at the moment. There's Death Egg Robot in Generations. You should check the texture palette for that. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. RIP Smash Mouth, says Lucky. Oh yeah, because the singer died. Yeah, I remember the Death Egg Robot from Generations now. That'd be pretty cool, actually. I'll search a video up of that just to remind myself in a moment, because I've got Generations in the back with the tools for ripping it still, so I could literally just like rip that in like probably about half an hour or so, and then just be like, hey guys, I got the textures, we're good to go. Because that's one thing that I find that's a little bit awkward with development, especially when you've got like a certain mindset, is you can spend for ages just looking at textures, but sometimes you just don't start the actual modeling work until you set on exactly how you want it to look from like a texture point of view, and then you're just like, okay, and the next moment everything just falls into place. You know, it's pretty weird, but it's one of those things where if you're being really picky, it's a case of it doesn't look right until something's got its textures on it. You know, it's weird. Just picking out the ones that really stand out from Planet Wisp here at the moment. Good thing is, all the textures are pretty much consistent in terms of like little details and things from more or less colors onwards, so it's not like we're having to match super low res ones with super high res ones. There's another wall texture. All we need to do really is just change the that's not dragging there, that's weird. What that one? Oh, there we go. Strange. There's another wall texture. That would actually work pretty well as a repeating one for either the floor or the walls. And then we've got that one, which is pretty similar. We could probably even have those kind of just double up on the walls like that. You know, just repeat that across the walls. That would look pretty nice, actually, for the main textures on the upper areas. And just then hue it blue or something. Then we've got... trying to see what else we got here for textures, because there's so much to go through. More cable stuff, support beams. It's funny because when I do stuff like this, everyone's like, oh, he's looking at Sonic stuff again, and then next moment I bring out the core and it looks pretty good. It's just like, whoa! And nobody cares after that. That one's an interesting one again for the details there, because you can see like the pipes going under that sort of like glass with a little bit of grating over the top by the look of it. Don't know if that's exactly what it is, but it kind of looks like it. You can easily get that effect in Blender as well, which is a good thing. Let's see what else we got here. And before the model messes up, I probably already has because of me drinking at the same time. I think we're almost over for Planet Wisp. Yes, we are. So we got some interesting ones for Planet Wisp there. We'll do this. We'll write that as Wisp. Stop drinking beer, says Jan. I'm not drinking beer. I don't even like beer. Is where somebody hears that and goes, wait a minute, he doesn't like beer? It's like, not really. Oh. Keeping an eye on the baby now, because she's currently moving around in a cot upstairs. Okay, let's see. I'm looking at Starlight Carnival now. This one's interesting because of different things like, for instance, lights and things like that. So we can do like floor pieces there, or extra wall piece and details, and then lighting details by the looks of it. I am. This is Sammy. Look, he says hard liquor. Yeah, I don't like. Funny enough, I don't like beer, but I'll drink whiskey straight. Like, give me a bottle of Jack Daniels and I'll drink that straight. I think I've got a couple of magnums of those still left. Because I get given one at least once every year. The only problem with ordering whiskey straight at a club or something is normally it costs loads for how little you actually get. Let's try to check through these textures, see what else gets my attention here. There's that one for like the floor and stuff, but the problem is it doesn't match up with the actual sprite work. So it kind of throws you off a little bit. Let's see. Got some other interesting textures like this that give you a little bit of a break. So that'd be cool to have this bit as like a break in between texture bits on the lower sections. Because we've got stuff like that, like plenty of, like look at that one, that one's a huge ass generator there. I could have that at some point if I wanted. The cool part about being able to pick out things like this is just like, oh, okay, maybe I can do this. You know, the only thing that's stopping us is basically our imagination and how detailed we actually want to make the core. Because ideally I want it to be faithful to the sprite work, while also just adding a little bit more detail that no one else has really done because of the way that everyone's been doing stuff. So that's Star. Those are the only ones that I like from Star, so there's Star. Yeah, okay. I can't do super strong drinks, honestly, says Sammy. I just have a cranberry juice. I mean, that's fair, you know. It's like I don't have whiskey all the time. I'll have it on, like, special occasion for, like, a celebration or something, so maybe, like, once, twice a year. But yeah, I'll have that, and I'll probably have it in shot glasses, normally. I'll just shot, like, a couple of whiskeys or whatever. I'll be happy with that. And then the rest of the time, I'm just having stuff like water or fruit juice or whatever, which sounds totally crazy because some people will be like, oh, fruit juice, what the hell, dude? And it's like, whoa, it's nice. I tend to have a sweet tooth, but I don't know. I just I don't particularly like booze. Just going through one of the other levels now and picking out stuff that I like the look of here. That one looks like an interesting one. Mainly because of the floor details there, maybe some extra wall detail there. Let's see what else we got here. Love listening to the yellow OST while I'm doing this as well, because it makes me want to go back and play it again. The 1.1 version, though, which was actually patched to make things not as awkward. And especially because it doesn't really affect Undertale, it's not as if you have to be worried about the consequences of a reset then. So as a result, it's a little bit more replayable. This one, I actually really do like the wall texture there. That looks pretty cool. Same with like this one here. The yellow ones either side actually look pretty nice. A bit like the other one. I could easily use the red ones and those ones in conjunction with each other and just like layer them. And then the little details, that'd be pretty cool. Funny thing is, this is from the area in Sonic Colors where everything is made to look like biscuits and sweets and things, so... Or in the Americans' case, candy. Let's do sweet. So yeah, those ones look interesting. I keep a stash of rum and Long Island iced tea for a celebration, but really open the stuff, says Lucky. Yeah, no, that's pretty much the same as me. Yet you say save the booze. As a joke, you know. Just as a joke. It's unfortunate because the reason why I joke about it so much is because I've seen so many people that I know just get ridiculously wrecked by booze so easily that I like joking about that and just be like, yeah, I'm never going to get myself like that, you know. I suppose it kind of makes me look a little bit snobby, but I just like to think that I have a little bit more common sense than getting absolutely wasted and then not remembering what I've done, especially if it's something really bad, you know. Let's see, so we got... This one's Asteroid Coaster. This one looks like a door texture or something. Like if we were to put doors in the core, we could easily write like signs on these and then have them be raised up or lowered automatically. That'd be pretty cool. Got a bunch of lights. What else we got here? Some of these look really crazy. Like this one looks like it has like lights on the side of it there. Like there. Some details from that look pretty cool. There's like wall trim or something. Maybe. Trying to see if there's any other stuff that catches my attention here now. There's another one there. Bam, that's another one that's, again, looks like a vent. And then some other couple of interesting details that we could use in the ceiling. I know, I'm just messing with you, Sasami. Yeah, I'm just clarifying, you know. I'm just making sure I clarify my stance, especially for people that don't know. That way I don't look like I'm being like, guys, drink irresponsibly. Have all the booze, you know. Here we go, there's the wall texture that looks very similar to the other one, just in green. Probably is, to be honest. So that's Asteroid. I'll just call it Ass for the sake of it. Ass. Okay. Then we've got Terminal Velocity left. That's the last one. So Terminal Velocity is like a very fast level. And as a result, it's got a lot of like crazy tech things going on in it. We've got stuff like that'd be really cool for the you know, the pillars that come up from the core, the ones that have like the red lights on top. That'd be pretty cool. Then we've got like the road. It says road texture here, but it's actually just completely white. I know the theme of this level is white as well, but it just looks weird. We've got another one of these in red with white here, but again, the actual color itself does not matter. We can heavily edit these in Photoshop. This one looks pretty cool. Got that one. Lots of cool techie details for these ones that I can always use in different ways. You just gotta like rotate them and edit them. Let's see, what else we got here? We've got a load of decals and other things. Decals being like texture sheets that have a lot of things that we can put on to different areas like signs. That one looks pretty cool. And then we got a red version of that with slightly changed details. We got that one, which is basically a stand-in for the lights that run along the side of the core there. Heck, we've even got another version of that, which is that. Then we've got the coloured metals again. What's that one? That looks pretty interesting because of the that detail in the center there. You can easily like raise some of these up and lower other areas to make it look more visually interesting. But that is the end of all the Sonic Colors textures. We'll do stuff. Hello, welcome. If you're new, you're essentially looking at me picking up textures for making the interior of the core for an Undertale 3D animated movie, where we do the entire True Pacifist route in 3D and then animate it and voice act it. At the time of recording this, the project is roughly around, I'd say, 60 to 70% complete. The reason why is because of all the environments and the voice acting and stuff. The last little bits to be done are just little snippets of voice acting and then animation. So yeah, it's pretty cool. No, we're not putting the trailer on again because I actually want to wait until we get the new trailer. I want an absolute banger to be revealed after all this stuff, you know, from the next update. The next update will feature the 2 redacted things that I'm alluding to all the time now to certain people, because they're going to be a big hit. Let's put it that way. But yeah, it's going to be those, and then every other area. So fun stuff. Meme says, I'm going to be really busy for the next 4 days, so BRB. That's fine. Lucky says, I'm suffering from the trailer playing within these streams withdrawal. Oh. Let's try. Which one was this one? Oh, Terminal. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to now go through these and see which ones we think are the best for certain details and other things. Starting with the All-Stars stuff. Personally, I'm not so sure about this one. I could easily just scrap that. Maybe this one as well. I'd love to scrap that one and keep this one because of that extra detail that I was on about before in the floor, maybe. Or at least the roof vents. Not so sure about this one because it looks way too complicated, so maybe scrap that too. For the floor, maybe this one, so we'll put a question mark on it because there are other areas similar to that. This one, yes, because I want that there. And maybe this one as well. This one, not too sure. I'm going to get rid of that. If anyone else has any ideas, like, or wants to stop me doing this, and be like, dude, maybe you could use that for this other area, you know, tell me, please. So I'm not just Xing everything else off here at the moment. This one, yes. That one, maybe. That one's a maybe. It's basically a test, that one. This one, again, that one I think is going to have to be a question mark there. So that we got at least 3 or 4 confirmed there, and 2 that need to be tested. Aqua place from Colours, starting out here. Not too sure about most of these other than this. The thing is, a lot of them have these bits running along the sides, and even though I can edit them out, I don't know why, man, it's rubbing me the wrong way, so like I can just X all of that off. This one, for vents, yep, for extra vents, and for this, for upper details, yeah, I think. So we got 3 from there. So we've already got like 7 textures, maybe. Sweet Mountain, I actually do want to try maybe these, so we'll try question mark. Not too sure about that because of the line there. I don't know why, but all of a sudden my brain's just like, yeah, no, that's not good, so we'll cross that off. Asteroid Coaster, maybe on the doors. I'm still undecided on whether we actually have like automated doors in the core or not. This one, I think no, and even though I said running lights there before, no. So Asteroid Coaster is just a no-go there. For Wisp makes sense because of me using it for the exterior as well. So I'm thinking stuff like that, yeah, that's a no-brainer for like wires and stuff. And then for wall, honestly, I'm thinking of these for the walls. So we'll do those for the time being, and maybe that there too, this section, because that'd be cool for having the cables looking like they're underneath it. The red one, not so sure here. Let's cross that off. Some of these other detail plate things like this, I don't know. Like it's nice and everything. I can probably find use for small bits of this, like here and there, but I'll keep that in the background and reserve. Other bits like this one were used quite heavily on like cylinders and stuff, so I think I'll keep that one. One like this I might keep as a backup, so we'll just cross that out. Cross this one out as well. I said about these ones up here, but I think we actually have better cable runs than this, especially because of how low res these were. Let's just X that. X that. Again, if anyone has any problems with which ones I'm crossing out and has any valid reasons for me not to, then please by all means be like, hey Dave, what do you think you're doing? This one might actually be good for the floor, I don't know. I want something pretty basic. Maybe that one as well. Thing is, I'm trying to match the sprite work with this as much as possible, and then give it a little bit of extra detail, so that's where I'm kind of like, huh. Let's see. And that, not too sure. Let's cross that. That one, yes. Maybe that one, because I might be able to cylindrical wrap it. This one, maybe for the extra details in the next set of rooms to split up the details a little bit. I like that. Not so sure about that one, because of how the generators and stuff go. We'll just X that. I'm gonna leave early today, says Sammy. I plan to teach my little brother how to play Pokemon card games. See you. Oh, thank you very much, Sammy. Hope you have a good time. So, Terminal Velocity is the last one. I definitely want to try this one on a cylinder, so we'll take that. Honestly, I'm liking all of the simplified textures here. Like, for instance, this one. Not sure about that one, even though we can get rid of the red on it. I've got to be like really, really nasty here to really make sure I get the stuff that I want. So I've got to be very harsh. This one, I like some of the details for like the lights and everything, so I'm going to take that. This one, do you want me to fire up some SF and look at some of the textures, the engine rooms and stuff? By all means, that'd be pretty cool. This stuff, now let's get rid of that. That one, I still, again, kind of think that this detail would be okay, so I can try using that. We'll cancel that out. And then for these, I think I can actually make use of these in other areas, or at least some way. So we've got Terminal Velocity as 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Star has 3. Wisp has 6. With 4 being unknown. MB. MB4. Right. Asteroid Coaster has maybe 1 there, so MB1. Sweet has maybe 2. Aqua has 3 there, so that's 3. And then All Stars has 3 maybes and 4 definitives by the look of it. So we got 4 and then 3. So overall, it's going to be interesting to see what happens here with these, like picking these apart now and just applying them to a wall, because I figure I take a section of wall and floor very much like I did with Waterfall, and I apply them how I'm imagining and just see how it works. Maybe like do a small scene where it's got like the bridge and everything and the cylinder things in the background that pop out, and I just try and work it like that and see what happens. And if it turns out to be good, then all of a sudden you'll see a lot more development from the core. And then after the core's done, then it's all those other internal sections. So we've got stuff like MTT Resort, and then we've got inside of Undyne's house, inside of Napsterblukes, and the inside of Sans and Papyrus's house, and the Library. And I think maybe Grillby's, because even though I've got Grillby's, I wouldn't mind either giving it another shot or just reminding myself on how it looks to see if I can do it any better. So, we still got some stuff on the go, and hopefully this next update will be the final one for environmental stuff. It'll take a little bit longer to come up with stuff, but yeah, hopefully it will be good. So anyway, thank you very much everyone. I hope you've enjoyed, and I shall see you on the next stream. This has been very productive in terms of trying to figure out with your help what will be good and what won't be good for textures. So yeah, I hope to see you on the next one, and until then, bye!